Right. Okay. So generally, you cannot install very lower version of SQL Server on very higher version of Windows servers, as discussed yesterday. We cannot install very lower version of SQL Server on very higher version of Windows Server. Okay. Why? Because compatibility issues will be there. Okay. So any SQL version, generally it will support plus 7 years, forward 7 years, and backward 7 years. In this range, what and all Windows Server operating systems are there on all those Windows servers, for sure you can install it. If anyone comes to you and if they are asking, hey Brownie, can you install SQL Server 2000 on my Windows Server 2019? Immediately you should be in a position to tell yes or no. Now tell me, can I install SQL Server 2000 on Windows Server 2019? Is it possible? How much gap is there between these two, SQL Server and Windows Server? Around 19 years gap is there. Any software, any SQL Server software, it will support, okay, plus 7 years, up to 7 years of Windows Server versions, and backward compatibility of 7 years, minus 7 years of Windows Server versions. There is nothing to confuse here. Very simple. Every version, every SQL Server will support up to 15 years overall. Minus 7 to plus 7, if you count it, generally it will be 15 years. 15 to 16 years it will support. It is support means, what I mean to say, support means you can install, okay, that particular product on that particular Windows operating system. That's what support is. So can you install SQL Server 2022 on Windows Server 2008? If I asked you straight away, is it possible? Tell me. SQL Server 2022 released in the year of 2022. So what is the gap is there between 2008 and 2022? As per this SQL Server 2022, what is minus 7 up to 2015? So in 2015 range, what and all operating systems are there? So 2016. From 2016, if any operating systems are there, on all those operating systems, you can install 2022. And I told you also, while inventing SQL Server 2005, they don't know in future Windows Server 2012 will come, in future Windows 2016 will come. They also don't know. Microsoft also don't know whether they are going to release it or not. So that's why for sure minus 7 to plus 7. For that, what you have to do, you have to calculate for SQL Server versions. Okay, so you are calculating SQL Server, we have 10 versions and Windows Server 8 versions. How it is possible? No, not like that. Okay, so minus 7 to plus 7, in this range, what and all operating systems are there, for sure it will support plus or minus 1 to operating systems. Okay, but for sure it will support minus 7 to plus 7 year rule. Okay, again, it's not a thumb rule, it's nowhere written in the Microsoft documentation and all. It's just a point that we can remember easily, to get an idea on what Windows Server operating systems I can install, I cannot install. So get an idea. So we have this formula, minus 7 to plus 7. Okay.
Okay, Shanmugh, I also have a question here.
Yes, please.
Suppose for SQL Server 2018, we are installing in 2012.
Wait. SQL Server 2018 is there?
Sorry, 8. Sorry, not 18. Sorry,
Okay.
8. SQL Server 2008. We are installing in Windows Server 2012.
Okay.
As per
Yes.
our logic, plus 7 and minus 1, it's satisfying.
Yes.
Again, if the company wants to upgrade it and install it in 2019, can they do that?
We
Or
can do that. We can do that. Lot of challenges are there with the upgradation. We can do that.
okay, so we
Yeah,
can
we
go for an
can.
upgradation.
Yes, we can go for an upgradation. But in
It's
the upgradation class, you will get to know what and all challenges are there with upgradation.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Brownie, is it clear for you?
Yes, clear.
Okay, fine. Right. So, guys, can anyone tell me any additions, guys? Any additions of SQL servers? Any additions? What and all additions are there in SQL Server?
Express edition,
Hmm.
evaluation edition,
Hmm.
development standard, and enterprise.
Enterprise edition.
Very good.
Web edition also.
Web edition, compact edition, different editions are there.
Standard
Okay.
Yes.
edition.
Standard edition, very good. So, can anyone tell me any limitations of Express edition? One, two limitations of Express edition.
For Express, I think the limit is for only 10 GB
Okay.
storage,
That.
and also there is no agent
Okay.
to
Very
look
good.
after that server.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So, can anyone tell me what is
It,
the bill number? Yes, please. Anyone wants to
yeah,
add anything?
Express edition is the
Yes,
free
it's a free
edition,
edition. Okay. So,
so we
Express edition.
cannot use it on prod environment.
Correct. Very good. Okay. We cannot use free editions on the production environments. Right. Can anyone tell me the build number of SQL Server 2014? Build number of 2014. SQL Server.
12.0, 120.
Okay.
Bill number is
Bill number is
12.0.
12.0.
Division is
12.0. Division is
Okay.
120.
So what is the build number for SQL Server 2005?
9.0,
Build number for SQL Server 2022?
16.0.
Build number for SQL Server 2003?
We don't have it for
No,
2003.
no.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Right. So in the morning session we discussed about the additions. We discussed about the build number. So can anyone tell me how many parts this build number contains, guys? How many parts of build number we have?
4 parts.
4.
What and all?
4 parts.
Can you explain what and all parts are there in the build
Mm.
number?
Major part, minor version,
Hmm.
actual build number,
Okay.
actual build number format,
Mm-hmm.
and version
Which
Revision
one?
history.
revision.
history. Revision history. Okay. Very good, guys. Chalo. So we discussed about the editions and up to SQL Server 2016 developer edition is not free. From SQL Server 2017 onwards developer edition is free. So this is the major change from Microsoft. Okay, from SQL Server 2017 onwards. So enterprise edition is the highest edition and costliest edition in the organization. Enterprise edition, like generally in case it is a critical applications and all, generally will use enterprise editions and all. So on production you can use standard edition also. Standard and enterprise edition you can use it on production servers, guys. Let's discuss about the components. Okay, when you install SQL Server, what and all components generally will get it. Components means, for example, you are buying one any like bread, something like that you are buying. So there you can see on the top of the cover you can see what and all components: maida, wheat, sugar, flour, carbohydrate, something you can see. Those are the components to prepare the bread. Okay, so in the same way, when you install SQL Server, what and all components you are going to get it. What and all main components are there in SQL Server. Okay, what are the main components are there in the SQL Server? So these are the main components, guys. So when you install SQL Server, you can see database engine services. You can see business development studio bits components like analysis services, integration services, reporting services. These are all bits components, guys. Business development intelligence studio, business intelligence development studio. Generally we don't discuss these things. So in case if anyone is trying as business analyst and all, so they can learn this course, bits, guys. Business intelligence development studio, they can learn this course. Okay, so under bits we'll have analysis services, SSAS will call it as. We'll have reporting services, we will have integration services, and we will also have, okay, analysis, integration, and reporting services. These are the main services of a BIDS, guys, Business Intelligence Development Studio. Right? Fine. So apart from all these things, all these components, the main component is database engine. If you install database engine services, then only SQL Server will be installed. If you install database engine services, this is the main component, the engine of the SQL Server, guys. Without engine, okay, so there is no SQL Server, right? So this is the engine of the SQL Server. This is the main component. So when you install SQL Server, generally you can see these components. Apart from that, in the latest versions, master data services, Python also you can install, R programming also you can install using your SQL Server. software. Okay, during installation I'll show you. Right. So these are the components of the SQL server. These things I'll show you during the installation of the SQL server. Now let's go for a demo, guys. Demo. Okay. So now I want to install. So to discuss further, I should have SQL server, right? So I want to install SQL server now. If I want to install SQL server, generally requirements will be there, guys. What is that called? Prerequisites. Okay, what is that called, guys? Prerequisites. What are the prerequisites to install SQL server? So what are the hardware requirements? Okay, and what are the software requirements? Say for example, if you want to cook food, something like you want to prepare noodles. So if you want to prepare a noodles, you should have like some components should be there, right? So you have to like you should have that noodles packet and some masalas, whatever it is. Okay, onion and tomato and carrot. So different vegetables and all will use, right, to cook noodles. In the same way, if I want to install SQL server, I should have some hardware components and I should have some software components. Okay, hardware requirements and software requirements. Okay, so if I want to install phone pay application, what is the hardware requirement? Can anyone tell me? I want to install phone pay application, what is the hardware requirement?
You need to have first
Battery.
mobile device.
I should have
Mobile
a
device,
sorry?
battery.
Mobile
Battery.
device.
Okay, you are
Yeah.
going too deep in that battery, display,
Phone.
wires.
You need to have
RAM
mobile
and
device.
Very good. The main component is you should have a hardware, means where you can see the device physically, you can see, you can touch it, you can feel it. So hardware components means you should have a smartphone first. If I want to install phone pay application or WhatsApp application, first of all I should have a running Android phone or else some other phone. Okay, I should have a running phone which should be up and running. That is my hardware component. And if you go for software components, guys, what we
Internet.
should have? We should have
Internet.
internet. Okay, and we should have operating system in that phone, right? Hardware is just a
Yes.
device, but how device will work? If operating system is there, like Android operating system is there, then only I can start the phone, I can enable the internet, I can search the app in the Play Store, then I can install the app. So my software components will be operating system, my software components will be internet, my software components will be phone pay application. These are the software components. My hardware component will be my device, physical device. In the same way, if I want to install SQL server, what I should have, what and all comes under hardware requirements, guys?
RAM,
RAM. Okay, RAM, very
RAM,
good, very
storage,
good. Storage, very good. Next, you
internet,
should have server, right?
server.
Server, you should have server. Okay, these things, RAM, storage, okay, and the server and CPU also, it is also very important, right? So we should have RAM, we should have storage, we should have server, machine, server or machine, both are same. We should have machine, okay, and we should have CPU. These are the main hardware components, guys. Network cards, these also hardware components only, but these are the main hardware components. I'll give you a small discussion. I'll give you a brief discussion about the RAM and CPU, guys. Tell me what RAM will do, what CPU will do. What is the difference between RAM and CPU?
RAM is a temporary storage.
Very good. RAM is a temporary storage.
CPU means control processing unit.
Hmm. Hmm. What it
It
means?
helps you to decode the binary digits like 0 and 1. It will
Okay.
make your system to understand.
Lot of things will do. Okay, the binaries and all will be done by the operating system, not CPU. Okay.
Okay.
So what CPU will do generally, for example, so you want to calculate this value 3 into 4 plus 7 divided by 8 or divided by let me go like this, 6 divided by 3. So can anyone tell me this value, guys? What is the answer of this value? Can you tell me? Calculate and tell me the answer. Guys.
14.
I'll check how good you are in mathematics. Tell me the answer, guys.
14.
14.
I'll check how good you are in mathematics. Can we directly do the mathematics on this?
Answer. Yes. Answer is 6.3. 6.3.
6.3.
6 only.
6, huh?
6. He said Bodmas.
Very
Six.
good. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Who said Bodmas? Mahbooba. So guys, Bodmas, we have one
Mehboob.
thing called Bodmas. What is this Bodmas? Bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction.
Bracket, division, multiplication,
So you have to
addition,
give
subtraction.
first priority to the brackets, then division you have to give first next priority, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. So you cannot simply tell 3 into 4, 12 plus 6 by 3, 2, 12 plus 2, 14. No, you cannot simply tell like that. Out of these, okay, we have multiplication, we have addition, we have division. Which comes first? Which comes first, guys? As per this rule,
Division.
division will comes first. So 6 by 3,
Division.
how much? It's 2.
2.
Then multiplication,
12. 14.
14. Okay, if you see here the multiplication, 3 into 4, 14. There also you will get it like 12 only, but the thing is you cannot directly count it. You have to use BODMAS rule. In case if you are having bracket and all, then you will get to know the result. The result will be changed. Okay, so this is how it will work, guys. So generally you have to follow the bracket. Fine, no issues. Okay, it's not mathematics class and all. Fine. So now first it will calculate 6 by 3, right? What is the answer? 2. So where it will keep that result 2? Temporarily it will store in one place called RAM. RAM means random access memory. RAM means random access memory. Okay, so temporarily the result will be stored in the RAM 2. Then what it will do? 3 into 4, 12. Again, this also will be stored in the RAM. So finally, it has to do one more addition, one more this one, right? Calculation, right? So the 12 plus 2, 14. The addition, multiplication, subtraction, these things will be done by your CPU. Whatever temporary values you will get it, those temporary values will be stored in RAM temporarily. Now you got the difference between RAM and the CPU, guys. CPU is the processor, guys. It is going to process the requests, whatever it is. Whatever it is, I just gave you a mathematical example, but your CPU is going to process the data, process the request. It is the main thing that is going to work, guys. It is going to process it, but whatever results that you will get during this process, those results will be stored temporarily in the RAM, guys. Once it's calculated completely, then you will get to know the complete result and all. Okay, so this is the main difference between CPU and RAM. If you are having good CPU, it can process faster. If you are having good RAM, it can store lot of information temporarily. Okay, so every component, every software, every application needs CPU and RAM, guys. Every application, see, we are using Zoom. Why we are using Zoom? For the meeting purpose and all. So Zoom will take some CPU, Zoom will take some memory. If you see here, Zoom will take some memory. Without CPU and without memory, it cannot run. In the same way, every application, even Notepad also will use some CPU and memory. Notepad also will use some CPU and memory, guys. So that is the importance of CPU and memory. So we need RAM, we need storage to install SQL Server. We need server or machine, and we need CPU also. Okay, fine. So now what are the software components, guys? We need what software components we need to install SQL Server? Of course, we need one operating system, right? And we need SQL Server software. Okay.
1 minute. Can we know what's the RAM size and the CPU size you need in like a real environment? In a real environment. What
See,
CPU, what RAM, the RAM size?
see, generally, please be muted. Okay, chalo. So generally, there are different minimum requirements for different versions. Okay, if you go to SQL Server 2005, it needs only 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU core is enough. That is minimum requirement. That is the minimum requirement. If you go to SQL Server 2008 also, 1 GB RAM is enough, 1 CPU core is enough, 1 core CPU is enough. If you go with the SQL Server latest versions like SQL Server 2022 or 2019 and all, minimum 4 GB RAM is required. Minimum 4 GB RAM is required, and 1 core or 2 cores processors are needed, guys. Okay, so this will vary from version to version, but in the organization we don't install on minimum requirements, right? We are going to install on a big servers, so depends upon the application criticality. Okay, the architects of the application will design, okay, we are going to get this much data, the server will be this much busy, so we need these many CPU cores, we need this much of RAM, so they are going to decide. So it's not like every application will use same kind of RAM. If you go for Amazon is a very big application to process millions of transactions per second. It needs lot of RAM, it needs lot of CPU. But if you go for a small banking application, a loan application, hardly 10 or 20 users will be there, or 100 users will be there, right? So don't need much RAM, and also it depends upon the application. So the RAM and CPU is going to be changed, guys. Generally in the organization we will have 16 GB machines, 2 core CPU machines, 32 GB machines, 4 core CPU machines, 64 GB machines, 8 core CPU machines, okay, and 128 GB RAM, and 8 core machines, 16 core machines, 32 core machines, 64 core machines. So it depends upon the application criticality, they are going to increase RAM and storage. Sorry, storage is also very important, and RAM and CPU, guys. So if you ask me how much we need, depends upon the application. We can tell. We cannot simply tell, okay, this is this application. Can you guess it? No. How much transactions it has to overcome? How much transactions? How much data it is loading? Okay, we'll consider all these things, and finally, the architects of the application will design. Okay, as of now, we need this much of RAM, this much of CPU. Chalo, if it is unable to survive with these values, they will increase the RAM and CPU. But this work will be done by architects, guys, not SQL DBAs. Okay, so after 10 years or 15 years of experience, you will get to know all these things, how to calculate how much RAM we need, how much CPU we need, how to calculate. While learning the things, then you will get to know these things. And all. Generally, the minimum requirements will be 1 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB, depends upon the SQL Server versions. Okay. Right. Okay. Software requirements will be operating system. We should have SQL Server software. We should have, and we should have Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, to create virtual machines. I'll tell you what is virtual machine and all. Okay, Oracle VirtualBox to create virtual machines. .NET framework is also one important software component to install SQL Server. Without .NET framework, I cannot install SQL Server, guys. These are the main, okay, software components and hardware components, guys. Okay, now I want to install SQL Server, right? So this is my requirement. I want to install SQL Server. So what I should have, guys, I should have one server or machine. I should have either one server or machine. Server or machine, both are same, guys. In the organization, people will call it a server, people will call it a machine and all. So one server we need. Okay, so what server we need? Windows server we need. If I want to install Windows server, so for example, now you want to get the job, IT job. What you will do? You don't have a laptop. What you will do? You will go to one laptop shop, or else you will buy laptop in the Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, so what they are going to do, once you bought any laptop and all, what they will do after buying the laptop, they will install operating system, right? Then you will start practicing the things and all by installing necessary components, right? In the same way, if I want to install SQL Server, I should have one Windows server. So where I can install my Windows server? To install my Windows operating system, I should have one machine. Okay, so there are two types of machines, guys. Physical machines and virtual machines. Either you can install SQL Server on physical machine or you can install SQL Server on virtual machines. What is the difference between these two? When you go to any engineering college and all, any engineering labs and all, you can see lot of computers in that lab, right? Computer lab, right? So if you go to that lab, you can see the computers with your naked eye. You can see, you can touch the computers, you can feel the computers. That is your physical machine. Earlier, 20 years back, before this virtualization concept, we used to have all physical machines only. So servers means very big buildings will be there. Very big buildings will be there in different floors, in multiple floors. They use it to maintain physical servers, guys. Okay, so 25 years back. Later, what happened? Virtualization came into the picture. Virtualization means virtually you can create same component, same server you can create virtually. Virtual assistant means what? You can see Google Assistant is a virtual assistant in your phone. You can see Siri as a virtual assistant in your phone. Can you see Google Assistant or Siri with your naked eyes? Can you see, guys? Is it possible? No, we cannot see. Those are the virtual assistants. They will exist, but you cannot touch it. Okay, they will exist virtually, virtual, where you cannot see with your naked eye, just you can imagine. So they will exist virtually. So after this virtualization, whatever machines you want to create, no need to create physical machines and all. So directly you can create virtual machines, but you need physical machine to create virtual machines, guys. You need physical machine to create virtual machine. Don't confuse here, I'll tell you. This is my laptop, right? I can see my laptop, I can open my laptop, I can start my laptop. In this laptop, using the resources of my laptop, I have 12 GB RAM, I have 2 core CPU, okay, processor, and I have disk storage and all. I have operating system. Using the resources of physical machines, I can create multiple virtual machines. In the same physical laptop, I can create multiple virtual machines, guys. I can create multiple virtual machines. So how we can do that? Using one virtualization software. So using virtualization softwares, we can create multiple virtual machines. See, this is one virtual machine. Means in my laptop, I created one server. This is one server. This is one virtual server. This is another virtual server. This is another one, another one, another one. See how many servers I created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 servers I created using my single physical machine. I created around 10 servers. You can create more also. If you have enough capacity of RAM, if you have enough CPU, you can create as much as you can, guys. One minute, guys. Right, okay. So using my physical machine, I can create multiple virtual machines. To do that, I should have one virtualization software. So can anyone tell me what and all virtualization softwares are there in the market? Virtualization softwares in the market.
AWS Cloud,
Sorry?
Oracle VirtualBox,
Yes, okay. We have VMware, we have Oracle VirtualBox. VMware is one software. Okay, VirtualBox is one software, and Hyper-V from Microsoft is one software. Either you can use VMware to create virtual machines, or you can use VirtualBox to create virtual machines, or you can use Hyper-V. I don't use VMware. It needs extra resources like CPU and memory. I don't know about Hyper-V. So VirtualBox is very simple to use, a lightweight process. So small machines also will give you good performance with VirtualBox software. So throughout our practice, I am going to use my VirtualBox software, okay, to create a virtual machines. So in the organization, mostly people will use VMware. Okay, sir, you are using VirtualBox and you are saying in the organization VMware will use. So this doesn't belongs to our section, guys. I need one server. Whether you are going to create it using VMware or VirtualBox, the output is same. Output is same, guys. There is no difference. Okay, so output is same whether you are giving the server from VMware or whether you are giving the server from, see, movie is same. If you are watching, if you are going to watch in PVR mall, PVR complex, or else if you are going to watch it in AMB complex, the output is same. Okay, so it depends upon the end user, guys. People will choose, some of the people will choose VMware in the organizations, and some of them are going to choose VirtualBox, some of them are going to choose Hyper-V. Whatever it is, it's none of our business whether I am able to access the server or not at the end of the day. So you can use any software. I am not good in virtual machine VMware, I know VirtualBox, so I'm going to use VirtualBox. And one more advantage with VirtualBox is it's a lightweight. We can give less resources. For VMware machines, you have to give minimum 2 GB RAM, but you can give only 1 GB RAM for VirtualBox machines and all. So very convenient, very easy to start, and very lightweight process and all VirtualBox. So I use it to use VirtualBox. Yes, please. Any questions? Any questions, guys? No questions? Fine. Chalo. Fine. So here I am going to use VirtualBox. Using this VirtualBox, I am going to install my virtual. 1 minute. Someone unmuted and they're not talking. Chalo. Fine. So I'm going to use VirtualBox. So what I have to do, if I want to install SQL Server, first I should have one operating system. How can I create operating system? If I have one server, one Windows server, then I can install operating system. How can I create a Windows server? If I am having any of these softwares, I can create one virtual machine. So I'm going to use Oracle VirtualBox software. Okay, I'm going to use Oracle VirtualBox software. Installing Oracle VirtualBox software is very easy, guys. Nothing to worry. But again, this and all we are not going to do in the organization. We don't install Oracle VirtualBox. We don't install. 1 minute. Abhi, I'm in the class, Abhi. Yes, okay. Fine. So what we are discussing, yeah, I need VirtualBox, guys. Okay, so installation of VirtualBox is very easy, very simple. And again, we are not going to install Oracle VirtualBox and all, or VMware and all. Don't think people are going to wait for us. They'll already build the whole environment and all. If we need server, they are going to create it. Who will create? Guys, let me tell you, in today's interview, I attended one interview today for my student. Okay, he asked one thing. So daily, with how many teams you are going to contact? Money will discuss. Okay. So daily, you will contact with how many teams? What and all teams you are in touch with in the organization? So in the organization, we will have different teams, guys. Okay. We'll have VMware, VM or Windows team. We'll have network team. We will have storage team. Okay. We will have, what is the other thing, guys? DB team, database team. Okay, and we will have what other thing we have, guys? Network, storage, DB team. Some other small teams will be there. Okay, network team, generally Windows team is important. Network team is also very important. Storage team is important. Forget about other teams like HR team. Don't tell like that kind of answers. Okay, HR team, maintenance team, these are different. Okay, no, technical teams. Okay, so Windows team, network team, storage team, DB team, apply, yeah, very good. Application team, Madhu, thank you. Okay, application team. Okay, so these are the different teams will be there in the organization, guys. Okay, so now if I want to create install SQL Server, first I should have virtual machine, right? Who will create virtual machine? Windows team. So Windows team will create virtual machine. And then I should have operating system in that, right? Who will install operating system? Again, Windows team will install. Okay. Then for whom I am installing SQL Server? For the application team, I am installing SQL Server. Why? Because these are the main people for us, guys. We are working. Everyone is working for this team only. Application team only. Application team is the main team. Application team only will give you the work. I need this server, that server, I want to connect to this server, I want to configure this mechanism, that mechanism. Okay, so they are going to give you the work, guys. They are going to give you the work. Application team is the main team, so they are going to give you the work. So if application team is asking, hey DB team, I need one SQL server 2022, they will give you the specifications. I need one SQL Server 2022. So if I want to install SQL Server 2022, I should have one Windows machine, right? So who will build Windows machine? I don't build. We don't build. DB team don't build. We don't have access to build the Windows machine. Who will build? Windows team will build the machine first. Once they build the machine, then network team will involve, and they are going to do some network related changes, network paths and all. Okay, they are going to give access and IP address assignation and all. They will take care of it. Then storage team will involve, and they are going to add storages. Storage, see, in most of the organization, VMware team, Windows team, storage team will be taken care by the Windows people only. Most of the organizations, 70% of organizations, Windows team only will do all these things. They will be like VMware. They will handle VMware. They will handle, okay, storage. They will handle Windows and all. They are going to handle it, guys. Network team is different. There is no difference between network team and Windows team. Both are different completely. Okay, so storage team, right? Once they completed all their activities, finally the server Windows machine will be available for us. Then we have to start installing SQL Server. Is it clear, guys? Any questions, please let me know. Once everything is ready. Yes, Brownie, tell me.
I need to go back to the network team. What does the network team do?
Network team will assign the IP addresses in case if any, they are going to help you to put in a domain and all. So that will be the responsibility of the network team. Okay, right. Any other questions, guys? Right, so once all the teams completed their activity, then only server will be available, Windows machine will be available, then only I can install SQL Server, guys. I can install SQL Server. Now also, if you are buying a laptop, simply you are buying a laptop, but how many teams involved in preparing the laptop, in making the laptop? How many teams involved in installing the operating system in your laptop? We don't know, right? Simply laptop is available, then we started using it. But in the organization, you don't install any in your laptop or in other users laptop, right? You are going to install in a server. So if the server has to be ready, means all these teams has to complete their work, then only final product will be ready, then we can start installing SQL Server, guys. Chalo, is it clear, guys? Everyone, any questions, any doubts, please? Guys, please respond.
No questions.
So the storage team, the DB team, and application team, and then coming down to the server installation, all these window teams are a little confusing. Are they part of the same teams? The one up there, storage team, DB team.
They are not part of
They are
the
not
same
part of
team.
the same.
They are different. Okay, network team is different, storage team. See, again, I told you, again in the earlier discussion also, I told you, in some of the organization, Windows team will take care of storage team activities also. Okay, so in some of the organizations, different teams will be there. Standard organization, they will have different teams will be there for different activities. Windows team is different, network team is different, storage team is different, application team is different, database team is different. Right?
Yeah, hi, Shanmugh.
Yes,
I
yes,
have one doubt.
yes.
Actually, if you install the SQL Server, we need to maintain the Windows team, network team, storage team, and everything should be in call, right?
No, not required. Why?
Um,
Why money?
because of if you want to network team is they will give for the IP address right now. If the Windows team they will give for
They
that
will
Windows.
see in the ticket, you will get a ticket. It's not like someone comes to you, hey, money, install the SQL server. They don't come to you and they don't tell you in your ear. They will raise a request. Okay, in the organization, requests will be there, like we'll call it as a ticket. So they will raise a
Okay.
ticket, application team will raise a ticket. So if you want to install SQL Server, first what you should have? You should have Windows Server. The ticket or part of the ticket will call it as a child tickets. One child ticket will goes to Windows team. Windows team will create their own servers. One child ticket will goes to network team. Network team complete their activities. One child ticket will go to storage team. Storage team will complete their activities. Once everyone is completed their activities, finally it will comes to us. Then we have to start installing. So to install SQL Server, so every team is they are not going to sit with us. Everything is ready. Again, why we need them? Right? They are to create the resources and all, but it's not like instant. So now I am installing SQL Server. Whatever things you are doing, keep it aside. Come with me. I am installing SQL Server. Nothing like that. Machine will be ready at the end of the day. Once machine is ready, then only you can start working installing SQL servers and all.
Okay.
Yeah. Kishore, okay, so there are different components, different softwares will use. So that doesn't mean every software is from Microsoft only. Your company will pay money to Oracle VirtualBox to use the Oracle VirtualBox software, and your company will pay money to Microsoft Windows to use Windows operating system and SQL Server. They will pay money to network switches also. For networking, for maintaining switches and all, they will pay money. So your company is not going to like pay whole money to Windows. Okay, it depends upon the components that are using. They are going to pay money to the respective other vendors and all. Okay, chalo. So now I have already installed Oracle VirtualBox in my machine. I cannot uninstall and I cannot show you. If I uninstall again, you will confuse, sir. You uninstalled Oracle VirtualBox from your laptop. I am unable to see Oracle VirtualBox in my laptop to uninstall. That kind of questions also will come tomorrow. Okay, as I am having Oracle VirtualBox, so I use it to uninstall. Earlier in my previous batches, I use it to uninstall and reinstall, guys. Then they will raise a question, sir, I don't have Oracle VirtualBox to uninstall, so can I, how to do uninstall, how to uninstall Oracle VirtualBox now? Arey Babu, if you have Oracle VirtualBox, uninstall it. If you don't have, you can install it, right? Okay, so that's how it is going to work. So now I am not going to install on my machine. You can share any one of your screen. If in case if you are connected from the laptop, let me know who is going to share the screen. I'll make sure you don't have Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, I'll help you to install the Oracle VirtualBox. Then I'll show you from that point onwards. I can show you in my laptop how to create VMs and all. Okay, let me know who is going to give their screen.
Hi Shanmugh, this is Naveen here. I'll share my screen.
Sure, sure. I can stop sharing. You can start sharing.
You want me to share the entire screen or the window?
Entire screen is fine. And make sure you don't have passwords and all on your screen, personal photos and all. Okay. Make sure there is no company names and all. It will be uploaded to the YouTube. Okay. Make sure you don't have any personal stuff.
Okay.
And make sure you are not connecting from your office laptop again. Huh?
I don't know. This is my personal laptop. I'm sharing my screen.
Chalo, thank you. So now first I have to download Oracle VirtualBox, right, to install. So how can we download? Open extra tab, another tab, and simply type download Oracle VirtualBox.
Virtual box or machine?
Virtual box, not machine.
Okay.
Okay, the first website is virtualbox.org. Open that one. So don't install latest version, guys. In as we are having versions in SQL Server, every software will have version, right? Oracle VirtualBox is also having different versions. So don't install latest version. The latest version is 7.0. Install 6.1 builds. Okay, go to old builds. Yes, click on that Oracle 6.1 builds. Chalo. Okay, so now you can click on Windows hosts.
Excuse me, sir.
Please don't go too fast though.
Sorry.
Sir, there is a question like why we don't
No, I said don't go too fast, please.
Didn't get your question. Your voice is echoing me.
He is telling us to go a little bit slow. We are
Fast,
going too fast.
guys. Am I fast?
No.
No.
Do you feel I'm going too fast, guys? If I go too fast and all, that's it. Okay. Very slowly, I'm telling each and every point. I'm not going too fast. Let me know if you're having any queries like that.
Shanmugha, request.
Yes, yes,
I
please.
think these guys are having trouble following the speed with the link and anything. So if you can just copy paste the links for them,
No
it'll be
problem.
easy for them.
It's very simple. We don't even open multiple links also. Only one link and then from there
Yeah.
another link. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll do that. No issues. Just copy paste that link, Naveen, in the chart. That above link. Yeah. Copy paste that link in the chart. Thank you. Thanks for the update.
Stamil sir, there is one question.
Yes, yes, please.
You said that don't go for the latest version of VirtualBox like 7.0 something and go for 6.0 something. 6.1 you said, right?
Yes, yes.
So why we don't go for 7.0?
See, that's what we have some 7.0 is the latest version. So most of this Naveen is using Windows 11 laptop. Okay, most of you are using Windows 10 laptop. So there is some issue with 7.0 as it is a new version, latest version. There are some issues with 7.0. So that's why I prefer to use 6.1 version instead of 7.0 version. Okay.
If someone has the very new laptop like the having Windows 11
Again,
or
I
10,
cannot
then
tell,
we
see, I cannot tell 6.0, this option you have to follow, 7.0, this option I cannot tell, different people I cannot tell different answers, right? If you follow one, both are same, almost same. Only challenges in 7.0, some challenges are there. So that's why, see, even though you use 6.1, even though you use 7.0, there is no big difference. And first of all, it's not comes in our umbrella in the organization. So better if you use 6.1, all will be on the same phase. So
Okay.
you don't have any issue to install 6.1, right?
Yeah. No issue. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Right. Okay. So click on Windows. Any questions, guys, please? Right. Click on Windows hosts. Right. So immediately it will start downloading, guys, and you can see now it don't ask for any other things. Automatically it will be downloaded. Yeah. Open in folder. Don't click on that link. Directly click on open in folder or show in folder. Yes. Okay, right. Now guys, listen carefully. Whenever you're installing any application, always try to install with run as administrator mode. It's very useful step. Any application, either it is Oracle VirtualBox or it is a SQL Server, always you have to open with run as administrator. How to get run as administrator? Right click on the application, you can see run as administrator mode. Okay, click on that run as administrator. Right, installation of Oracle VirtualBox is very simple. If you don't understand also, nothing to worry. This is not our task in the organization. Already Oracle or VMware, everything will be set up in the organization, guys. Simply if we ask, they are going to give the machine. That's it. They will create one VM and they will give it. Next and install. That's it. Yes, you have to click yes here, then install. Finish. That's it. Can you open once, Naveen? It will open automatically, right? Once it will keep on asking, we have 7.0, okay, update, please install. Don't install 7.0 guys, okay? You will get some errors and all. RDP and all won't support sometimes. This is how you can see when you install Oracle VirtualBox, guys. Any issues, any doubts? Please let me know, guys. If you are having any issues, any doubts and all, just let me know. We'll discuss it. And the link is posted in the chart. You can go to that link. You can download, okay? So you can download it, guys. Fine. Chalo. Now you can close, you can stop sharing, Naveen. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen. So for me, I can see you can see lot of machines, right? I created it for my old batches and all. So forget about it. You will also get a blank screen like how Naveen got the same screen. You will also get the same screen, guys. Okay. When you install blank screen, you'll get it. So don't worry, sir. You can see 10 machines. I don't have 10 machines. Guys, these questions and all generally asked in my previous batches, okay? So when I install, you can see 10 machines, I can see 10 machines in your Oracle VirtualBox, but in my Oracle VirtualBox, I don't see anything, nothing it is showing. So as I create, these are the machines I created for earlier batches, okay? So you don't see anything, a blank machine you can see. Now, I want to create a virtual machine, guys. Listen carefully. To install Oracle VirtualBox or any virtualization software, to install Oracle VirtualBox or any virtualization software like VMware, okay, or Hyper-V, one option, one setting should be enabled on the Windows level, okay? What is that setting, guys? Virtualization. Virtualization should be enabled on your Windows level, guys. How to check whether virtualization is enabled or not? Go to your taskbar. This is called taskbar. This bar is called taskbar, okay? And open task manager and go to performance. Go to CPU. You can see virtualization is enabled or not, okay? Latest versions, if you buy laptop, okay, 1 year or 2 years back, or this year if you buy the laptop and all, generally virtualization will be enabled, guys. If virtualization is not enabled, then you have to enable it. How to enable? We cannot enable it by using any setting here. For that you have to go to boot settings. Where I can get the boot settings, guys? Boot settings. Make sure if you are connected from laptop, check this setting. Don't know how many of you connected from laptop, but in case if you are connected from laptop, go to taskbar, go to task manager, go to performance tab, click on CPU, check whether virtualization is enabled or not. If anyone is showing disabled, let me know. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Check it, guys. Check and let me know.
Yes, it's showing disabled.
Disable. Very good, Brownie. When you bought your laptop, is it a new one or
Is
old
it a
one?
new one or old one? It's a new one. I bought it few days ago.
Okay, okay. Even though it's showing disabled. Okay. So there is a challenge, okay, to enable the option, guys. What is the challenge? I cannot show you how to enable. Why? Because for that you have to go to boot settings. Boot settings. So depends upon the laptop. Okay. If you are using Lenovo laptop, boot key is different. If you are using Dell laptop, boot key, generally function keys F2, F8, F9, F10, F11. These are the boot keys. When I'll get the boot screen, guys, when I'll get the boot screen, so generally after restart, you have to keep pressing the boot key. So boot key might be different. What laptop you are using, Brownie?
I'm using the Lenovo, Lenovo, Lenovo.
Lenovo. Okay, got
Lenovo.
it.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. Boot key for Lenovo. Right. So what is the boot key? Boot key.
Lenovo ThinkPad.
No
Lenovo
problem.
Think-
Yeah, all Lenovo's will have same boot keys. Okay. So you have to, what you have to do to enable, don't do now. Don't do now. You have to restart your laptop. Don't do now. Okay. So to enable this feature, you have to restart your laptop before it is coming online. Okay. Before it is completely coming online. While restarting, you will get a black screen, right? Keep pressing F12 button. Keep pressing function 12, F12 key. Then you have to press either F12 or you have to press F function key F12. Check it, okay? Either F12 or function key F12. Function plus F12 key. Function key will be there in your on your keyboard. So it will go to boot settings. Okay, so boot settings will be like this, like this. You cannot use your cursor. You have to use up arrow, right arrow, down arrow. Okay, side arrow only you have to use. So you will get this kind of blue screen. So somewhere in the configuration setup, somewhere like that, some of them are having settings on security tab, some of them are having settings on advanced tab. Okay, virtualization, but nothing to worry. If you are still facing the issue, okay, let me know, I'll help you. For that you have to do a WhatsApp video call. You cannot share your screen. Okay, so you have to go to configuration. Some of them are having configuration. Under configurations you can see, some of them can see under advanced section. See, under advanced section you can see. See here, under advanced section I can see Intel virtualization. It is showing disabled. Some of them you can see under configuration section, some of them you can see under security section. Check all the tabs. Go to this particular technology, just hit enter. You will get enable or disabled button. Use down arrow, select enabled, hit enter. Once you enabled, what you have to do, see here it is showing F10 save and exit. So you have to press F10 key, then it will save the settings and it will exit. Then finally you can see enabled here. Okay, Brownie, clear everyone?
Yes, Sharmukh, I have one question.
Yes, please.
What is the use of that virtualization should be enabled or disabled,
If you
right?
don't enable virtualization, virtualization softwares don't work properly. That's it.
Okay.
VMware or Oracle VirtualBox, you don't get enough settings and all. they don't work properly. Okay. Clear? Any questions, any doubts, please? Any questions, guys? Guys, if you, don't worry, whatever we discussed till now, if you don't understand, also nothing to worry. One thing, we don't do these activities in the organization, it will be done by the Windows team. Second thing, if you are facing issues like Brownie said, it's disabled. I told you how to enable it. Still, if Brownie facing issues, you can do a WhatsApp video call to me. I can help you to enable that option. Okay? Anyone, not only Brownie. Chalo? Yes,
Uh,
please.
మన వర్చువల్ బాక్స్ ఓన్లీ ట్రైనింగ్ పర్పస్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామా సార్?
Correct. Yes.
ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో ఎటు ఫిజికల్ మెషిన్స్ ఇస్తారు కాబట్టి
ఎందుకు ఇస్తారు?
సో ఆల్రెడీ
No, they don't give physical machines. How come they'll give
Okay.
physical machines? The physical machine is in US. Can you go to US to install SQL Server?
No.
No, right? They don't. Now nowhere using physical machines. Okay, the components are in physical machines only, but you are not going to install SQL servers in physical machines.
ఓకే
Okay, so they are
100
giving.
rupees,
They will create one virtual
server
machine and they will
దాంట్లో
give. Yes.
ఓకే ఓకే
They will create one virtual machine. They will give you RDP IP address or server name to connect. You have to connect to that virtual machine. See, from there, don't know where are you now. From that point, okay, you can control my laptop if I gave you access. Okay, so in the same way, even though the server is created in US, UK, everywhere, anywhere, you can still control that machine from anywhere in the world if you have network connections. Okay.
ఓకే
Fine, guys. Any questions, please? Any questions? No questions? Chalo. So now quickly I'll show you how to create a virtual machine. I am just creating a virtual machine. I am not installing any operating system. Just creating a virtual machine using Oracle VirtualBox. Click on new option. I am going to use Windows 2022 operating system. Okay. Name is batch 49. Okay. So where you want to save this file? I want again guys, these things we don't do it in the organization. Nothing to worry even if you don't understand. Try to concentrate. If you are unable to do it, try to watch the recordings to practice. Okay. Still it is fine. No need to worry about these things. I'll tell you from which point SQL DBA activities will start to install SQL Server. I'll tell you by that time. Okay. So nothing to worry. These things will be done by the Windows team. So I'm going to save this file in any of my drive. I should give one drive guys. In which drive I have enough free space. Let me delete these machines. Okay, I don't want these machines. Bye Tali. Let me delete. Okay, I don't have enough free space. That's why I have to delete. Don't delete anything from your side. Okay. Let me cancel this one. Let me cancel this one also. I am going to delete these machines or else B47 AD B47 machine. I am going to delete it. Okay, remove, delete all files. Soft AD Windows 2022 B48. Let me delete these also. Don't need that, or else let me check how much free space is there in my drives. Okay, chalo. Now I deleted one VM, right? So I can see 38 GB free space is there. So what I'm going to do in my E drive, I'll create one folder called batch 49. Okay, so I'll keep it as it is. So now I am again creating guys. Okay, new. I'm giving batch 49 name. I'm going to give you other location. So I created folder in the E drive, right? Go to E drive. Okay, so where I have to do, I have already created batch 49. Okay, this is the folder. Select this folder, right? And then I am going to install Windows. You can install any operating system. You can install Linux, Solaris, different operating systems. But I am going to install SQL Server, right? So for that I need Windows only. So I am choosing Windows. See here you can choose anything here, guys. Anything you can choose. Any operating system you can choose here. This will simply create one icon. See, if you choose 2012, it will create one icon like this. So no issues. Even though you choose 2012, if you are going to install 2022, no issues. Okay, I'm going to choose other Windows. Next, if I want to create, say for example, now you want to buy a new laptop. What things you will mainly look into it, guys? You want to buy a new laptop. What are the main things you will look into it? What are the main peripherals of a laptop or machine?
Configurations.
Yes, what kind of configurations?
RAM, RAM,
Memory,
processor,
RAM, storage.
memory,
It's okay.
processor.
storage, processor,
Right, very good. Okay, storage,
core,
processor, and
core.
RAM. Okay, so CPU, right? So I have to give RAM, right? So I'm giving RAM. See, you cannot give RAM more than that you are having, guys. See, even though this is a virtual machine, don't think resources and all will come from the cloud or Google or some other resources. Okay, whatever RAM your machine is having, I am having 12 GB RAM. From that 12 GB, I am allocating something to this virtual machine. Okay, so I am going to allocate 2 GB, or else what I will do, 3 GB will allocate 3072 MB. If I want to allocate some RAM, okay, I have to give in terms of MBs, guys. So 3 GB I want to allocate. So 1 GB means 1024 MB. So 3 means 3 into 1024, 3072. What you want, you can directly give 3000 also, no issues. But again, check it. If you are having 4 GB and if you are giving 3 GB, there is no meaning. Clear, guys? If you are having 4 GB, out of 4 GB, you are giving 3 GB to the machine. So the machine will eat 3 GB, guys. So your laptop, okay. So your laptop will have only 1 GB. Your Windows 10 or Windows 11 cannot survive with 1 GB of RAM. So based on the existing RAM, try to allocate the resources. If you're having less RAM, allocate only 1 GB. If you're having more RAM, allocate 2 GB. If you're having 12 GB, 16 GB RAM, allocate 3 GB, no issues. Okay, I'm allocating 3 GB RAM. I'm going to create a virtual hard disk now. I'm going to create a VDI virtual hard disk. Different types of hard disk files are there: VDI files, VHD files, VMDK files. Don't worry about it. We are not going to take care of this. Okay. I'm going to use VDI file format. Next, I'm going to choose dynamically allocated. Whatever storage you are using, that storage has to use dynamically. Whenever there is a need, then only it has to use the storage. If there is no use, there is no need to take my storage. So make sure dynamically allocated is there. Default value you can select how much storage you want to give. Okay, earlier we gave RAM, right? Now this is storage. I'll give 30 GB. 30 GB is fine. Out of this 30 GB, if you install multiple applications and all, based on the usage only, it will take 30 GB. Maximum cap is 30 GB. From where it is going to take? From your E drive. In the E drive, do we have enough free space of 30 GB? Yes, I am having enough free space 30 GB. I am having 38 GB free space, so I can give it. If you don't understand anything also, just blindly follow me, guys. Create. That's it. Now I created a VM. Now can I start this VM, guys, directly? Can I start this VM now? The VM is created. Can I start it? Tell me, guys, can I start this VM now?
No.
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe. No.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody?
we
Yes,
have to
sir.
install the SQL server on.
No. Yes, we
Direct
can start
SQL server
the.
we can install. Okay, very good. If you don't install SQL server, we cannot start the VM.
Yes, we can start. We have the
Then how
symbol
we can
like a.
install? How we can install this one SQL server
Windows
without?
server.
Right. Okay.
So we have to install Windows.
Correct. Now you just bought one laptop, guys. Once you bought a laptop, what that shopkeeper will do? He is going to install a Windows operating system, right? So you just bought a new laptop with 3 GB to 30 GB storage. Now you have to install operating system, right? Without installing operating system, how can you start it? How can you install the SQL server without taking control? So you have to install operating system. Okay. So how to install operating system? What kind of options you have to choose? These things will be discussed in the next class. As I told you, guys. Okay. Again, I'll tell you my plan also. So because of some my health issues, because of like cold, severe cold and headache, I cannot take complete 2.5 hour session. Okay. Today, so please don't mind for that. And second thing is, again, before itself I am telling you, so 29th 30th I'll be out of town, so where there will be no network, so I cannot take classes. Only these 2 days my classes are going to miss. Okay, 29th and 30th, guys. Remaining everything will be like follows as per the schedule. It will follows every Saturday, Sunday. For US people, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday morning. For Indians, Saturday, Sunday morning 7 to 9:30, evening 7 to 9:30. It will follow. And this is the last demo class. There are no more demo classes. And meeting link also will be changed by the next class. Okay. So make sure to confirm by Monday. Then I'll give you notes, I'll give you recordings, I'll give you softwares to continue from the coming Saturday, guys. Okay. So again,
Okay.
by next
So
class,
we don't have a class coming Saturday.
coming Saturday we have. Coming Saturday we have.
Coming Saturday and
22,
Sunday both.
23. Yeah. Coming Saturday, Sunday we
Okay.
have class. 29th,
Okay.
30th,
After
and
that is not there. Okay.
yes. The third week we don't have classes. Before itself I am telling to everyone. Okay. So I'm having like out of town. I won't be there. So I'm going to some remote position, remote area, and also I cannot take class. for the for 29th and 30th. Remaining classes will be like follow as per the schedule. All Saturdays and Sundays we'll have classes. Okay, chalo. So guys, again, as discussed, please take a decision, let me know, and based on that complete the registration. Then we'll proceed. I'll give you the softwares, notes, whatever we discussed till now, recordings and all. Okay, and by the next meeting the meeting link also will be changed. I don't use this meeting link, so next meeting onwards meeting links will be changed. Those who completed the registration, I'll forward the new meeting links to them. Okay, any questions, any doubts, please? Next weekend we'll discuss how to install Windows operating system, how to enable remote connections, what is RDP, how to connect to the server remotely, how to install SQL servers. Once you install SQL server, what kind of components you will get it, and we'll explain about binaries, some internals of SQL servers. All these things will be discussed in the next class.
Shamuk, I have a question.
Yes, please.
You are going to take SQL DBA in this session, in this, isn't
SQL
it?
DBA only.
SQL DBA only, na?
Yes, only SQL DBA.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'll take
Not-
care of complete SQL DBA, not Azure. Azure is not part of this course.
So, for the SQL DBA, what is the fees?
We'll discuss. We just ping me in the WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So that's it. Okay, please ping me from your WhatsApp number. We'll discuss and we'll complete the registration and we'll continue the sessions from coming Saturday onwards. Thank you all. Good night. Good day, guys. Bye.
Okay, Anna. Good.
Bye.
Bye here.